Let us see the juicy links. Also, how'd your games go?
Pretty bad.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
feels bad. Anyway.
Alrighty, let's see. Oh, this is this custom?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, feels bad, dude. All right, let's see. Any questions or anything?
Uh, you can.
Just like what I think in general.
Yeah.
I think you should stick to like the same champions. So I had this problem today, but when you like play 5 different AD carries in 5 games, or like 8 different AD carries in 6 games, there's like you should probably stick to like a few, right?
Yeah.
So figure out like what you want for your pool and just like only play those, cause if you don't, you're like handicapping yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So yeah, that's like the first thing I suggest.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, if you still have problems, then we take a look at it again, right? Yeah, like don't play Corky.
Oh, I didn't mean to play Cora. I was like, it was the last second pick.
I see. Yeah. Stick to the same champions, pretty much. That's like just about it. That's like all. I mean, that's all I can tell from OPGGs, to be honest. But anyways, anything you want me to focus on when we're going through this replay?
I get caught out a lot in throw games.
Okay.
Like I could have carried this game, but
Anything
got
you want me
caught
to
out a lot.
anything you want me to focus on in particulars, but like laning, mid game, late game, or just like anything I see in general.
Anything you see in general.
Okay. Hold on. Why'd you start W? What's going on here?
Is it laggy or is it just my Skype?
It's not laggy for me. Is it laggy for your Skype?
Yeah, I just watch it on YouTube.
Oh, what the hell? Really?
I don't know why.
Wait, why is it laggy for Skype? Wait, that's super awkward. How's your internet connection?
I have good internet. It's probably just my computer. It's a piece of garbage.
What the hell? Okay, hold on. Let me try and re-share. Stop sharing. Share again. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Still.
better.
Is it still messed up? It looks still
No,
messed
it's
up.
better.
Okay. Let me know if it still happens. Okay. So wait, why'd you take W here?
I just usually go W.
Okay,
I don't know.
you always take E level 1.
E.
And the reason why you take E is because Twitch's level 1 is actually like really good, right? Like 6 stacks of expunge is like 6 stacks of poison into expunge is like really strong, right? So you always take E level 1, like always. There's like never like see your Blitzcrank hooked, but you can't do anything because you don't have like the ability that does damage, so it's like super awkward. You take W level 2 though, right? So
Yeah.
W is
okay.
good, but level 1 you always take E. You can't do anything without expunge pretty much as Twitch, right? Like how do you kill people as Twitch, right? You get
Expunge.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, right. So if you can't do any damage level 1, it's kind of awkward. Okay, so looks like you just this lane is all about like Blitzcrank hooking, right? So all you have to do is just wait for hooks. But be careful because when Blitzcrank hooks, Alistar is gonna look to combo you, right? So keep that in mind. So tell me, what's like the win condition and the lose condition? We kind of like mentioned it already, but just like to clarify things.
Well, this game I was just looking to get out of lane,
Yeah, I should say in
get
lane.
to 2 items,
I should
and
I
then
should
start winning team fights.
I should say for lane specifically. How do you die in lane and how do you kill them in lane?
Wait for Blitzhook to kill them, and die in lane, get alley comboed by getting caught out, I guess.
Perfect. Okay, so there are 2 ways you get alley comboed, right? What are the 2 ways that I'm thinking of at least?
Flash Q.
So like
That count?
just like basics. So what I'm thinking is you like one way you get hit by it is he just like walks up to you and like combos you, right?
Oh, okay.
The other way is actually Zaya roots you and then he combos you because you can't move, right?
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things you have to watch out for in this lane, right? He's gonna combo you and Zaya roots you into a combo, right? And then theoretically speaking, if you don't get hit by either of those, you can't die, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, those are the things you should be trying to figure out for your laning phase. Every game. Actively thinking about those two things. If you like do stuff that doesn't revolve around those three things, right? Ali combo, Xayah root, and Blitz hook, then you're probably playing the lane like suboptimally. So here, like farming is great, right? You're scaling, so last hitting is good. You can also use W to create pressure, right? So like how we said, Xayah root enables Alistar combo. Your slow can enable Blitz hook, right? So if you slow them, it's like super easy for Blitz to hook, right? So it's good that you recognize that by throwing the W here. Okay, yeah, this is so free. You just killed this guy. Holy shit. Okay, nice. Easy, right? That's exactly what you did. Through the W made it easier for Alistar to easier for Blitz to hook, kind of. He was in minions, but this was good. So no comments here. Okay. Looks like you can't push fast enough. Otherwise, you just push and back, right? And go for a buy. What is your thought process behind like backing? Okay, this
right
is
here.
This is kind of awkward. No. Holy shit! How did that Vide Q go so far? Wow, that's insane.
Yeah. I have no idea.
That was just unlucky. Yeah, I wouldn't really fault you for that. That was a really close Blitz hook too. Wow, you just gotta play safe since you have no health. So if you like need to back, the best wave to back on is a cannon wave, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So here you're either backing right now or you're not backing ever. So
I want to get that wave and then back because I don't want to.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying that if you don't back now, you're not gonna be backing for like a long time. So as long as you know that, right? As long as you know that, that's good. But I probably would have backed, right? Because you can't do anything without HP.
I think I was just being greedy here.
Yeah. There's like no way, right? There's like no way you can farm, right? So you just pretty much have to back. Okay, so I guess one rule that we can like make for you is if you have to back. And when I mean like have to, like you don't have the HP to stay in lane, or you have like a shit ton of money and you need to buy like you do right now, then you back on a cannon wave. If you're forced to back, it's ideal to back on a cannon wave, right? Because if they try to push the wave into the tower on a cannon wave, one, it takes really long, and two, the tower aims their cannon, so it doesn't really eat all the minions. It eats less minions than it normally would, right? So yeah. You got lucky that you didn't die here, but definitely should back, right? So you're forced to back anyways. So that's just like if this becomes like a habitual problem, then we can go back and look at it and say, okay, this is a good time to back. Then you back. So okay, what's going on here? What the hell? Okay, you just pick up free kills. Good. Here you just push it in, right? There's no one really to stop you from doing anything you want, so you can push, last hit, whatever you want. Good. Nice, clean farming. Wait, okay, hold up. Let's watch this real quick. So you put the ward here. I think that's fine, honestly. Usually, like the common ward spot is the tri-bush, right?
Yeah.
Because you spot the enemy jungler running through tri-bush, but oftentimes that gets like pink warded so much that it's almost like a waste to put down a regular ward. But I think you can get away with putting down a regular ward there. Here you just want to not get comboed no matter what happens. No matter what happens, you cannot get rooted or comboed because you're just gonna die if you do. So whatever you do, as long as you play safe, is good, right? So just last hitting is perfectly fine. There's nothing you can do. This is like not a good matchup, right? This is considered a bad matchup for you because Alistar like counters Blitzcrank, for example.
Is Xayah, is she like a lane bully kind of?
Yeah, Xayah is really good in lane, right? So one of the ways we can figure out if a champion is good in lane is can they like push, right? Xayah can push really well, so that's a yes. And two, do they have like playmaking abilities? Her root is like a playmaking ability, right? Like we said, her root can enable Alistar combo, so that's like a playmaking ability. If we take a look at like Vayne, the reason why Vayne is awful is because she can't push, right? For example, and the reason why Jinx is like feels bad even though she can push is she has no playmaking ability, right? You can't really force people to step on your traps, for example. So if we look at Twitch, he can push with his W and his E, and his playmaking ability is kind of there with his invisibility, but it's not really like easy, right? So, okay, he just combos you for no reason. This is perfectly fine. Okay, nice. You're kind of low on mana, right? So, why do you throw the W here, for example? Oh, you're just throwing it on Alistar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. That's fine. But let's go back. You're like running out of mana. That's what we're trying to get at. We're trying to figure out why. Okay, let's back it up more. Okay, what's going on here? Because like if you don't have mana, then you can't do anything, right? You can't do anything without your abilities, right? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, let's back it up. So when you're like last hitting, if you don't need to use abilities, do not use abilities, right? If you do like earlier, you use your abilities to push, that was good. But here you don't need to use your abilities to last hit, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So
Totally.
if you use your abilities to last hit,
From healthy tissue, but in the case of MS, the immune system.
Sorry.
all good. If you use your abilities to last hit, they're like on cooldown, right? And you lose mana, and it's just like negative value, pretty much. What I'm trying to get at is that the value of you using your abilities to last hit is like very low for it, right? And by what I mean by value is like how much are you getting out of using your abilities. So let's say you Xayah has 1 stack and you expunge. The value is like what, 50, 80 damage, 100 damage, right? But if she has 6 stacks and you expunge, the value is like a lot higher, right? So with the concept of value, every ability you use needs to have high value. Every time must have high value. Every single ability, every time. So when you throw a W, what are you trying to accomplish, right? Like what are you trying to accomplish? Tell me.
I think I was just trying to get a little bit of damage off. I don't know.
That's
I was
the
gonna
thing.
go for.
You have to know exactly what you want, right? So when you want to, so I would say, let me provide some alternatives. If he's running away, you throw the W. Then you stop him from running away and you can hit him, right? That's good value. Or if he's running into you and you throw it behind him so he can't run away after he combos you. But if you like don't wait to throw it, it's like this W has no value, right? It didn't like do anything is what I'm trying to get at. Every time you use an ability, you want to have high value. That's like one of the main concepts of like getting like winning engagements in League. Just like one of the most basic fundamentals that everyone always works on, right? Is value. So like blitz hooking a backline carry is super high value versus like using his hook on a tank like Alistar, right? So the concept of value is like super important because it'll dictate how you play the game. So your mindset should be, I should always be going for high value on abilities. Always. So only using W when you need to, basically, right? Only using expunge when it's really good value. So far so good. Like for example, using your W to slow them so that Alistar can get a guaranteed hook, that's really good. Okay, you just gotta run here. Okay, this is fine. So yeah, throwing a W here to prevent them from running away, really good. That'd be really good, right? Okay, let's back it up. So when we talked about our win conditions, right? We said that your win condition is blitz hook. So if you use your ult without blitz hooking, then you've wasted your ultimate, right? Assuming he misses, right? Like why are we ulting here, right? Okay, yeah, exactly, right? See, usually you can, maybe justify this because you're like, okay, I need to do damage, and then Blitz is gonna hook him on the tower, and then we're gonna kill his ass. But you cannot assume your team will have good value, or rather, you cannot assume your team will make good plays, right? It should have been a free hook, but it wasn't. So you can't use your ultimate unless you know you're getting something really good out of it, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is all back to the same concept of like value on abilities. It definitely applies to ultimates, right? Actually, ultimates are the most obvious obvious like example of value. Like for example, how many times have you seen Syndra kill like an AD carry with her ultimate? Like it happens to all of us, right? But if you use it on a tank and it doesn't kill the tank, it does like half the tank's damage. All of a sudden it has like no value, and then she has no kill pressure on the enemy backline, right? So Twitch's ultimate is used to get you 6 stacks, 6 auto attacks, and your 6 stacks for expunge, right? Every time you use your ultimate, you gotta kill someone, pretty much. There are edge cases where you can use it to like poke them out of lane, right? Trade them super hard, maybe get them super close to death, but not kill them. But for pretty much any rank that's not like Masters or like High Diamond or Challenger, you need to use your ult to kill someone every time. Imagine if every time you use your ultimate to kill someone, like how strong would you be every game? You'd be like unstoppable pretty much, right? So every time you use your ultimate, you have to kill someone. So don't use your ultimate if you can't kill someone. Like that. We can also go back to the example of like another concept is, what if the enemy does this? What if Alistar ulted here? Then your ult was wasted, right? So pretty much your problems in lane so far stem from like low value, right? Okay, yeah, this goes back to level 1 example, right? Level 1, when you have cask and you throw the cask on the enemy, it has like no value, right? Because you can't expunge, right? You only have like a 20% slow or whatever, so your cask doesn't do anything. Okay, this is super awkward. So yeah, this is like part of the lose condition talk, right? How do you die? You get rooted into ally combo, right? Or ally combo into a root. So if you die, that's why, right? I think you're okay here because you can use your ability, you can use your sums, but ideally speaking, you don't want to use your sums for this, right? So yeah, exactly. So whenever you're like team fighting or in lane, or honestly anytime you're near the enemy champions, this is what you want to be thinking about. How do I die, right? How exactly do you die, right? Zyra root into ally combo. So just by thinking about that in the load screen will help you prevent situations like these where you're like dying in kind of like awkward times. So does that make sense? For example, any questions so far?
No, you're explaining things very well.
Nice. Good to know. Yeah, it's like we can always honestly like, you know, blame other people on our team, like, you know, maybe Blitz should have been with you, but honestly in solo queue it's all about like it's all about you, right? It's all about whoever's queuing up for solo queue.
Yeah, I don't like to blame my team.
That's good. That's dude, you're already ahead of the game then, dude. A lot of team games are about mentality, right? So that's really good to hear. I don't know what's going on, but this has nothing to do with you pretty much. Okay, buying Bork, I like it. I'm a big fan. Blade of the Ring King is very strong, very consistent, right? This is awkward if you don't get these minions. Okay, so one thing, if you struggle last hitting every single minion, then you should be patient. And what I mean by patient is let the tower get the minions low, right? I saw you starting to hit these range minions. You need to like not miss free minions, if that makes any sense. And I do this all the time as well, right? Honestly, I did it all day today. I just missed so many free minions. The way around doing this, like the way around not making this mistake, is being patient. Don't rush last hitting. Just let it come naturally, right? You would have gotten these minions if you let the tower hit them once and then you hit them after, right? So don't rush don't rush last hitting minions. You're gonna get them.
I didn't
Don't worry
respect
about
my damage.
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, I know the whole under the tower thing, like you auto, then let the tower hit it, then auto. But then I didn't realize I had more AD than I did at the time.
I see. But yeah, when in doubt, whenever you're in doubt, always be patient. Okay, they're going for a dive. No way. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, what the hell? So one of Twitch's abilities that's like really hard to use is his W, right? So whenever you want to use your W, try and like how do I say this? Aim it, throw it on her pretty much. Don't throw it on the minions, right?
Okay.
Throw it on her. And throw it as far behind her as you can. Like that. Boom. What is the value of your W right there? Can you tell me?
Could have got the kill. Probably.
Yeah. The value of your
Or
W.
slower.
Yeah, made her slower and pretty much made the blitz hook super easy to land, right? So as long as you don't die, as long as you don't get hit by this alley combo, she's gonna die because you know her ult's on cooldown. So clean. Almost got the expunge off. That's super awkward, but also you should max Q second, by the way. So yeah, this is super awkward. Okay, let's back it up. So when you this also goes back to the like the preparation stage, right? So what I like to call the loading screen is like the preparation stage where you like figure out, how do I win lane, how do I lose lane, if this happens, if X happens, I do Y, right? So if Blitz hooks Xayah, you know 100% that Ali is coming for your ass, right? So he can save his support, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So if Ali combos you, you know Blitzcrank is gonna try and go for Xayah, right? That's just like naturally how the fight rate turns out. So when you see him hook her, you should just make sure you don't get comboed here, right? And then you kill her for free. But that was super close, honestly. But yeah. Okay, so whatever this happens, okay, you pop your ult, doing hella damage. Not much you can do. You throw your expunge. Okay. If they have 6 stacks, you should expunge, right? Because that's really good value, right? Actually, that's like the most value you can get, right? Is 6 stacks on someone. So if you have 6 stacks, you should expunge. But it's fine. Also, max Q, right? Because you need to your invisibility is super strong. He's gonna dive you, by the way. And the reason why I know that is because you have no answer to his dive, if that makes any sense. Right? So if we were talking about like win condition, lose condition, what's the lose condition? It's the same thing, right? Ali combo into Xayah root or Xayah root into Ali combo. And what's your win condition? Blitz is no longer with you, and you have no flash to counter their win condition. So you just auto lose, right? You can't do anything. That's how you know if you're gonna lose or not, right? You just have no way to win. A team or like a side that has no way to win is an automatic loss, right? If that makes sense.
Yep.
So, that's how. Yeah, be careful about like dives and stuff. But don't worry. All these like deaths or like mistakes, quote unquote, all come down to the same thing, right? Us actively thinking about what screws us over, like what screws our champion over, and then thinking how do we screw them over, right? That's all we gotta think about. And once we start like actively thinking about that that practice, then we will be able to prevent deaths and also like kill people, right? So kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So here you push this out, good. Maxing your expunge, very good, right? It's kind of awkward. So this is good that you're being safe because you have no idea if Vi is here or like Alistar or whatever. But how does Vi kill you, right? We also have to look
Goes
at
over the wall and flanks me.
Yeah. But no, like specifically speaking with abilities.
Her ulti or her Q.
Exactly. Okay, now in this case, does she have to land her Q to kill you?
No.
And why do you know that?
Because I'm basically out in the open.
Oh, but like
and Xayah's there too.
Exactly. So what about Xayah is gonna kill you when Vi doesn't land her Q? Okay, so Vi comes out and just ults you. How do you know you're dead, right?
Xayah will root me.
Exactly, right? Because it guarantees the Xayah root, right? It enables the Xayah root. So once we figure that out, then all you have to do is stay away from Vi's flash Q ultimate range, right? And it sounds like what the fuck, but if you stay out of that range, it guarantees that you cannot die. So that's a pretty strong guarantee. So if you're ever like farming like this and you don't know where Vi is, you just saw her now, but if you don't know where Vi is, all you have to do is stay out of that range, right? And the same goes for Alistar, right? If you stay out of Alistar's flash combo range, you cannot die, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's like a guarantee. So as long as we play around those kind of engages, you win. Or rather, you don't die. So Xayah, like what was the mistake Xayah did here? She should have known that Blitzcrank was just gonna run at her ass and grab her, right? So she just dies here. She's gonna ult, but it's not gonna do anything. For example. Oh, okay, this is awkward. Okay. So just because you're starting your win condition doesn't mean theirs is gone yet, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you're fighting, you still have to be very mindful of their win condition, right? Oftentimes their win condition is still in effect. If you misplay, right? So say Blitz hooks a Syndra, so your win condition's in progress, but Syndra still has her ult, so she just ults you and you die. So if you think about it that way, then this is kind of similar on a different scale, right? Zyre's root is still in effect, right? She can still root you if you don't dodge the feathers. And you do get away with it, but it was like kind of close. It was closer than it should have been. So just be careful that you still have to avoid like your lose conditions, right? Even if you're like using your win conditions, oftentimes the lose condition is still there. For example, like the Syndra example I gave. Let's fast forward. Pushing, good. Farming is very good, right? Because your Twitch. If you want to back here, that's fine. Okay, cool. Scared of getting ganked. That's okay.
Is my CS alright, or is it?
I would say that if you focus on not missing the CS in lane, that was like free. Like remember that one time you like overestimated your damage or underestimated your damage and you like missed a bunch of minions. If you can prevent stuff like that, your CS will be fine.
Okay.
But I wouldn't worry about that too much yet, honestly. Okay. See, this is the stuff I would worry about. The value of your abilities. So you wanted to prevent Alistar from running away, right? Right, that was why you throw the W here?
Yeah.
So, now, what's the difference between throwing it here and throwing it behind him?
He would be slowed if he comboed me?
Well, he's...
Oh, behind him. No, never mind. Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
He's like slowed for
longer,
right? Yeah. He's got to run through it instead of run through half of it, right? He'd be that's still the same concept of value, right? Your W gets more value if you throw it in a different spot. Like for example, if the enemy team is chasing you and you throw it on their back line versus their front line, who's not going to catch up to you? Okay, say Alistar is chasing you, but all his abilities are down, and then there's a Xayah behind him. If you throw it on the Xayah, then she can't catch up to you and you can't die. But if you throw it on the Alistar, and Xayah's like still running at you, right? So the value of your W is changes based on when you throw it and like where you throw it, right? So if you throw it behind them, it's got like better value. So you should always try to throw it in the direction they want to go. He wants to run away. There's no way he's gonna dive you, right? If you know that, then you throw it behind him, for example.
Okay.
Same thing with your ult though. Don't use your ultimate unless you're gonna kill someone. I know you're not gonna kill him because he has his ultimate, right? So don't use your ultimate. What you can do is just save it until a better time, right? A better time could be, okay, maybe Xayah overextends and then you ult her instead. But there's no way you can kill that guy, pretty much. So save your ultimate. In solo queue especially, we need to get maximum value out of all of our abilities, right? Or we can't carry. So now, tell me, does Xayah's win condition change at level 6? That was super awkward, by the way. Yeah, right? Her ultimate is also kind of a win condition. If she dodges someone else's win condition, for example. And Twitch's ultimate is also like pretty strong, right? So those are also things we have to think about when we hit level 6. Also, be very scared of like face checking, like here. Always assume they're in the worst spot for you. This is called assuming worst case scenario, right? We always have to assume worst case scenario, right? You always got to assume they're sitting in the bush waiting to cheese your ass, right? That way you never get caught by it. So you should have died there, but you got lucky. So that was good. That was nice. Not good, but that was nice. Be very scared of that stuff. Always be paranoid. Pretty much you got to be like paranoid. Have you read Harry Potter or watched the movies?
Yeah.
You know Mad Eye Moody?
Yeah.
Constant vigilance, my friend. We need to be constant. They're always coming for your ass. The dark arts are always coming for you, so be scared of that, right? Okay, hold on. What's going on here? So I already know that Okay, this should work as long as you don't get hit by this Valkyrie, right? So this is kind of awkward. Okay, let's watch this. So, this is just like, you know she's gonna aim you, so you should dodge first. Always dodge first. That's what I should say. Always dodge first before attacking. I know you want to hit the Xayah, right? You want to attack, but if you get hit by this, you can't fight, right?
Hey, I have a problem with I want to get the kill rather than survive.
Okay. Let me put it this way. You cannot get the kill if you don't put your survival first. Does that make sense? If you want these kills, you will get them only if you are alive, right? You will only get these kills if you're alive, right? And if you try to do it the other way around, right? If you try and go for kills, even if like you die, you're gonna get the kill. It won't work 95% out of 100. That's what we're looking for. We need to win 95 times out of 100. Every fight we take should be 95 times out of 100, right? And when I say 95 times out of 100, I'm talking about consistency, right? In order to climb, we need to consistently win, right? How do you get out of bronze 5? You consistently win and you climb divisions, right? So how do we get out of silver 3? You consistently beat everyone else at your rank and you climb, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when we talk about consistency, we need to be alive to be consistent, right? If we never know if we're gonna like live or not or get the kill or not, then how do we ever win, right? It's just like a toss-up in the air. So always dodge first before attacking. That's like an iron rule for AD carry at least. And that does not change unless you're like super advanced. So always dodge your shit first. Like for example, if you had dodged her Q, you and Xin probably could have like killed her ass, right? You blade the ranking her and you like auto attack her to death or something. But you're never gonna get the Xayah kill if you get hit, right? So that's how we should view it. You're never gonna get this guy if you get hit. So don't get hit, pretty much. If you see someone aiming for you, dodge that thing first if it's gonna like kill you, right? That's like Vi's win condition, right? She hits you with her Q. So you gotta dodge it. That's why so many people have like problems with Zed or Talon or Rengar, right? So tell me, what's an easy example? What's Annie's win condition? Say she has Flash and all her abilities.
Flash, ulti stun you, and just blow you up.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Flash Tibbers, dude. Fuck that shit, right?
Yeah.
So we complain that shit is so dumb, but all we have to do is let her use it on someone else. And then all of a sudden she has no win condition, right? So if you are not patient and you like don't wait out their abilities, you're gonna get punished, right? So it's the same thing with Vi there. We need to wait out her Q. Same thing with any champion, really. Annie's just the most telegraphed and the most like basic one there is, right? You know she's just gonna flash out you. So you just gotta wait until she uses it on someone else, right? Unless you have a plan for it, right? What I mean by plan is like if your plan is to like flash her flash ult, then go for it. Or use QSS because the stun is the win condition, then go for it. But if you have no plan, you play safe. You play to live, right? You play to keep yourself alive at all times. That's how we should view the game as. Also, you may or may not have kill potential on this Xayah, right? So what do we discuss? Xayah's win condition is her root, right? So if you can dodge her root, that means you can kill her, right? So if you one way to kill Xayah is you pop out, you come out of stealth, you throw the W behind her, you blade the Ruin King so that she can't get the root off you, and then you just like auto attack her to death, right? That's just like, for example, how you would like win a 1v1. And then for her to guarantee her root, what she do is like throw out all her feathers and then E flash on top of you. So the game is like a puzzle, if that makes any sense. How do you stop her from doing what she wants, and then how do you like do what you want? So the reason why we talk about win and lose condition so much is because if a team has no win condition, they can only go even or lose, right? If the enemy team cannot kill you, then you can never lose. you can go even, but you can never lose. And you can win, right? You can win, you can go even, but you can't lose. That's like really good, right? That's the position we always want to be in, because more often than not, it's not going to be even. It's going to be win or lose in solo queue. It's always going to be win or lose in solo queue. Let's be honest. Someone's always going to die. So here, the lose condition is get comboed because they just dive you. At least Alistar is like super tanky. Just be very careful. That would be very careful if I were you of that shit. Oh, Zai's trying to be cheeky. What's going on? Ooh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, like I say, Alistar is always gonna go for you. You should save your ultimate. Okay, you get away with like using your ultimate there, but you should save it until you can hit her, right? Like, what if Xayah walked back to her base right now? Would you be able to hit her with your ultimate?
No.
Yeah, so would you agree it would be like low value, for example?
Yeah.
So we need to wait until you can get good value out of it. So one way to get good value out of your ultimate is Blade of the Ruin King and ultimate, right? That way if she walks back to her base, she can't get back in time. You kill her. So that's one way we can figure out how to get good value out of your abilities. So this is already a good trade because you killed someone, but you're gonna get everyone here for sure, right? So nice triple. But always be conscious of like the whole value idea. That's like super important, especially at any rank you go. Honestly, like diamond players like have big issues when it comes to getting good value out of abilities, right? How many times have you seen like a Lucian dash into a tank and they just like die, right? That's what I'm talking about. Low value dash. Okay, here you can actually keep pushing bot, right? As the AD carry, we want to get like as much farm and stuff as possible. So can anyone kill you if you go bot? I mean, do we see Echo on the map somewhere? Yeah, Echo is.
I was worried about Echo.
Yeah. Echo. Okay, fair. If you were worried about Echo, that's fine then. As long as you had something in mind, right? That's fine then.
I tend to get into this spot like right here where I pushed out bot too far, and my mid laner shoves mid, and my top laner shoves top, and I just don't know what to farm. And I have nothing to do.
So this is called the concept of priority. Okay, we're going over a lot of stuff, so sorry if this is like information overload, but you can always go back to this review and like watch all this stuff again. So this is the concept of priority. So when you get the lane shove in, that means you can go out and be proactive, right? So say you push mid, and the enemy mid laner has to clear those the wave or lose those minions, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So while he's clearing those waves, you guys go and ward stuff, right? And then if they ever want to stop you from doing Baron, for example, they have to face check because they have no wards, right? And what happens when you face check Blitzcrank? Holy shit, you die. So this is called lane priority, right? Lane priority means you have control over this lane. You can push before they do. So when you want in solo queue, what you want to do is just push all day, right? You always want to get lane control. You always want to get lane priority. So when you say that we need to push these lanes and you don't know what to farm, you can go for a pick. You know, someone is gonna go clear those waves. So it's gonna be Xayah, it's gonna be the mid laner, it's gonna be the Riven, whatever. If you think you can kill them, go for it, right? As long as you know that you have backup, and then like the jungler could come, you know, all that other good stuff. Another thing you do is go ward with your team, do objectives. There's a lot of different options you can take, right? But when you say like what should you do, you can keep pushing too, right? You can keep pushing and then run away with your invisibility. Yeah, that's like also an option as well. So I assume you're getting Infinity Edge here.
Yeah.
Nice. I agree. Not a bad option. Tryndamere dies for free. That's like nothing to do with you, but maybe you can salvage the situation or something. Okay, nice, clean. So here's an example of good ult value. So that was really good that you didn't use your ult there, but as she's getting away, it's like maybe you can use it, right? Using your ult for range, for example, can be good value. Here, okay, hold up. Wait, why'd you flash here, right?
I don't know why. I couldn't tell you.
One thing that's super hard about League is that the perfect player will never be surprised. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The perfect player will never be surprised because he will have foreseen all possible outcomes and he will have an answer for all outcomes. It's like chess, right? The chess player who isn't surprised is the guy who wins, right? The dude who like gets surprised and falls for a trick loses. So in this case, what are your lose conditions here?
Ali combos me, I get rooted by Zaya. Vi ults me maybe.
100% correct. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Viol, Ali combo, Zaya root, right? So, that means if all of those are off the table, you can go ham, right? You can do whatever you want, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you wait until those are off the table, and then you start hitting people, right? So when I see Ali combo is gone, and Vi ult is used on someone else, and Zaya root is used, and you're still alive, you're good to go, right? That should be the thing. That's how you know if you're safe or not, right? They have no more win conditions left, so that means you can't lose. So if you had ulted there and started like going ham on them, you'd kill them unless like this echo like one shots you or something because you have 4v5. But that's how you know. But in any case, you guys should probably run because it's 4v5, right? So that's pretty funny.
I'm just a very greedy player. I need to learn not to be greedy.
Exactly. One way we can like fix that is by thinking the mindset should always be playing to live, right? You're useless, or actually you're a liability if you die, right? Especially if you're carrying, especially if you have the money on your team, you're a liability if you die because your team needs you to carry. So if you think about, oh wait, did you sell Dorans earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't never sell Dorans until it's like 5 or 6 items. It's like very bad value, right? Just don't sell Dorans. Don't sell Dorans. Take my word for it. It's just like not good. Even if you need to complete an item, don't do it. It's like yeah, don't do that. Because you still need the stats from the Dorans item. Like it gives you like lifesteal and health and damage, so don't sell that. So going bot to farm, okay, fine. So pushing out mid, good. Now you just wait for a blitz hook and you're good to go, right? Okay, what's going on here? Okay, Vi uses her win condition on someone else, so you know that she can't kill you, so you just kill her ass, right? But she's super strong, so that's super awkward. Wow, you died to this shit? Damn, that is bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do here.
So basically, this guy is so strong that he's just like 1v4ing your team. Pretty much your job is to just not die, so you play the Ring King and run. Because the way you think about it is you traded your Blade of the Ring King for her ultimate, and that's good, right? So first and foremost, you make sure that trade goes through, and then you alter if you think you can kill her. But you just need to like prioritize living, right? You could have lived here if you Blade the Ring King and ran, right? You just need to prioritize living above all things. It sounds like stupid, like AD carry should do damage, but that's not true. AD carry is the guy who lives long enough to do damage, if that makes sense, right? You wait until everyone uses their shit and then you clean up. There are like edge cases where you can start fights as AD carry, but pretty much don't die is the name of the game for our role. Wow, this is a long replay, right? Interesting.
Yeah, it was a long game.
Because it looks like the game's almost over, but I guess you guys come back.
We kinda do.
Yeah, this guy just dies. There's nothing you can do. Nice. Any questions so far?
Should I got Dorn's Blade by mistake. But is there any case like it's just Dorn's Shield now, right? You don't go for Dorn's Blade.
Yeah,
anymore?
you just get Doran's Shield. It's too good to not get, honestly. You can never make a mistake buying Doran's Shield, but you can make a mistake buying Doran's Blade. So That's why it's just like, holy shit. Wow, okay, clean. So yeah, this is good, right? You made it so that he couldn't flash catch you, so that was really good, right? Play around his win conditions. So here you just like kill this guy, I guess. Yeah, you just automatically win. He has no combo. All you have to do is watch out for the Vi, right? Vi, flash Q, ultimate, whatever, and then you're good to go. So easy. Right, the game becomes simplified, right? If you think about it that way. Okay, this is awkward because Echo's win condition revolves around him getting 3 hits on you, right? So don't give him 3 hits, right? So you like kind of get hit by his Q there. So that's super scary, but this is fine. Honestly, you didn't die. I'm happy. Where is Vi? So you can pretty much, if it's safe to do so, keep pushing out the lane. You need to push this out as far as possible, right? Because you have no inhibitor. Unless you're like unless you're fighting for Baron immediately. Okay, yeah, you guys are fighting for Baron. So this Vi is just gonna die because she's gonna get hooked. Okay, this is a good ultimate, right? Because they can't do anything about it, right? So what was the value of your ultimate? Can you tell me?
It was like a, what is that called? Choke point or something like that?
No. Like what was the like trade? You traded your ultimate.
I got 2 kills.
Exactly, right? That's insane value, right? We said ultimate for 1 kill is good value. So ultimate for 2 kills is like game winning, right? So that was really good. If you want to like talk about like mechanics and shit, you can say honestly, I've actually never mind. This is fine. This is 100% fine. No problems here. This is all good. Okay, now you just kill this guy. Look at this. Look at it. You single-handedly won this fight by yourself. True or false?
True.
Right? This is true. Like, right? This is true. Like, literally, the value of your ultimate was so good that your team doesn't have to do anything after you altered, right? It's literally so good. Sure, they like helped and stuff, but if you hadn't altered there, then the fight wouldn't have been immediately over. You know, it still could have been up in the air. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Okay, this is awkward. Okay, so you just need to watch out for the like her win condition is still in effect, right? She still can root you and you die. So you gotta be like careful of that, right?
This is an example of me just being greedy.
Yeah. So it's the same thing, really. It's the same thing. Like, it's all about win conditions and lose conditions. You know that you die if you get hit by that root. So, no matter what happens, you don't get hit by that root, right? So how do you force a miss on her root?
Wait for someone else to come.
Or
try and dodge it, or flash it maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Flash it, right? The most common, or maybe not the most common, but the easiest way to counter a win condition is to flash it, right? Alley combo. How do you counter that? You flash, right? So you can do the same with Zyra root. You know she's gonna root 100%, without a doubt in my mind. I know she's gonna root. So you flash, or if you have the mechanics for it or the reaction time, you can flash as she's like using her E, right? When you see these feathers start moving, you flash. But if you need to counter a win condition, flash is your best option, right? There are other options you can do, but they're not as consistent, right? Another option is you use heal to move out of the way. Heal and Blade the Ruin King, for example, right? But those aren't as consistent, right? They're not guaranteed. So flash is guaranteed. So if you can't flash this, if you think you can't flash this in time, you can't fight her, right? Or you just die, right? Is that accurate? You can't fight them unless you know for sure that you can win, right? Unless you know for sure that they have no win condition, and she just presses E and everyone dies. So that's like super awkward, right? It all comes down to the same concepts. So it's not like we have to fix thousands of things. We have to only like look at 1 or 2 things and then like improve upon that every game, and then you'll get like a lot better, right? We don't have to worry about CSing. Backing is kind of awkward, but it's not like losing you the game. It's all about like getting caught by their stuff and catching people with your stuff, right? So you're at the point of the game where you can just like one-shot people. Well, not one-shot people, but 4-shot people, right? So what your win condition changes as the game goes on because you're Twitch, right? You scale. So your win condition is like at level 6, it was like you need to get a bunch of hits off and then expunge, right? But now it's like all you gotta do is like auto attack a bunch of people and then you win, right?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is make sure you don't get caught by their stuff and then you automatically win. Look at this, automatic win. Look at this. This is like nothing they can do. This is kind of awkward because that echo. Okay, nice, right? As long as you account for all of their win conditions, right? There's nothing they can do. This alley, honestly, should have comboed you, but it's okay. You already got enough damage off, right? So literally all you have to do is make sure that they can't catch you with their win condition, right? Wow, I keep saying win condition, lose condition, but it's super important, especially when it comes to like this rank. This like that concept and value are like the two biggest things in the lower ranks, right? So if you can fix those two things, like solve those two things, like imagine if you had that fight every single time. You cannot lose, right? Can't lose the game. Unless your team is like inting or something. Okay, so this is perfect example of what happens when you like don't respect their win condition or like don't think about it beforehand, right? They just like kill you, right? So how does she win? She hits you with your Q and then you die. So what's another way for her to guarantee her Q? There are two ways.
Flash on you?
Yes, flash on you is one. And what's the other?
Ulti.
Exactly, right? She ultis you and then Qs you from the behind. You can't move, right? So if you know that, then you have to stay out of flash ulti range, which is kind of stupid, right? But that's how we gotta play.
Yeah.
So there, she just like walked up to you. That was kind of awkward. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude. That's honestly, that's the life of an AD carry, right? This is so much shit we gotta watch out for, right? So this is one of them. This is just another drop in the bucket when it comes to things that can kill us.
She was a scary Vi.
Yeah, that is scary. Full damage Vi is like no joke, right? But at the same time, you are scary to her, right? Imagine if she ults someone. She's automatically dead because you just kill her, right?
Yeah.
You just press R and she's dead as she's ulting. She's like, holy shit. Twitch is also scary. Remember, you're also scary to them, right? Now your win condition is like 6 auto attacks. That's like insane, right? Probably like 5 auto attacks, depending on who you're hitting. So, pretty much like honestly.
Is my build fine?
Yeah, your build is completely fine. Honestly, playing Twitch, like specifically Twitch, your win condition is basically not getting caught, and then you trade your ult for something really good, right? Other champions are different, right? For example, Ashe. Her win condition is land her arrow on someone important, right? Or land her arrow and it kills someone, right? Does that make sense? That's different from Twitch. Same thing. What's another popular AD carry in the meta right now? What do you see? Xayah, right? Xayah, what's her win condition? Counter someone else's and get a fat juicy root, right? Those are her two things, right?
What about Lucian?
Exactly. See, that's why people have such issues playing Lucian and Ezreal. It's not obvious, right? Would it be crazy if I told you that he's like jack of all trades but master of none, and he has no CC, right? So he can counter people's win conditions with his dash. Say Ashe uses her arrow on him and he dashes it. Boom. Insane value. He countered someone else's win condition. But if you see Lucian that just dashes in and does nothing, then it's like awful, right? So his win condition is pumping out damage. So how do you pump out damage?
Get the double shots off?
Yes, but it goes deeper than that, right? You can auto cancel your abilities, right? You can auto and Q, right? You've seen that. Everyone's seen that, right? You auto and then use an ability, or you use an ability and auto attack, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can auto cancel abilities, and then you can use your passive after using abilities. Now, what happens if you auto cancel every single ability? Then it's like that's your win condition, right? You auto cancel every single ability and you don't get hit by shit. So, that's what Lucian's win condition is. And it's not easy because it's like super mechanical, right? Not only do you have to dodge stuff with the E, you also need to like land your culling. That's like super good value on your culling, right? And you have to auto cancel everything. So it's like, why are you playing Lucian? This shit is too hard. It's like playing Yasuo, man, right?
I just love Lucian. I love playing him.
Yeah, he's like super fun, right? Because he can dash and stuff.
My plat friends tell me I'm pretty good Lucian.
Nice. I mean, honestly, playing what you enjoy is like a big part of League. So, even if something's like not as good or is super hard to play, it's still worthwhile to play them. It's just not recommended.
Yeah.
Okay, fights breaking out. So one thing you need to do on Twitch is, if you use your Q, you really want to get a reset off because your Q gives you a lot of attack speed. So if you're like fighting without an ability, that's like super not good, right? It's like super unfortunate because your Q is like super important. Like for example, if you know you can 3-shot their backline, then what happens if you Q behind them and then Vi goes for an engage and you kill everyone because they can't turn on you, right? That's one way Twitch can win. Okay, you can just hit it from the front too. That's fine too. But yeah, you die here because why?
I was too far up.
Yeah. But why specifically? It's not because you're too far up, but because
I didn't respect the alley combo.
there's more to it than that, right? There's more. It's not just alley combo. Like what else do they have? That
VLT,
yeah.
Saber.
Exactly, right? Exactly. The lose conditions, right? You can be super far. You can frontline as long as you know you can't die to the lose conditions, right? It's fine to frontline as long as you have a counter for those, right? For example, if you're playing Xayah and their only win condition is alley combo, and he tries to combo you and you ult, it's fine to be on the front line, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's all about keeping track of this shit. It's also true that being in the back is sometimes incorrect. Sometimes you need to be like all the way back here, right? What if they're playing like Talon, for example? You need to stay from the goddamn walls because he's gonna jump over them, for example. Like, does that make sense? So sometimes being in the middle of your team is not safe, right? So in this case, anywhere where they can ult you or just like catch you is not safe, right? So let your team go first. Let them use their abilities on your team, right?
Okay.
Or here's another thought. Blitz lands a hook on a AD carry, then you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is not throw, right? Because you've won the 4v5. He did all the work. So if you hook someone like this, all you gotta do is not die, right? Because he already got good value, if that makes any sense. So yeah, your job isn't to do damage. Your job is to stay alive so that you can do damage, right? Your job is to stay alive, pretty much. By staying alive, they have to be afraid of you, right? If you're alive with 500 health and you have your ultimate, that's still scary, right? But if you're dead, it's like you can't do anything. So you have no impact on the game, if that makes sense. So how can you carry if you have no impact? That's
Can't
like
carry.
honestly the whole story of this game is and at your rank, I'm guessing most of your games go like this, right?
I do. I don't throw a lot, but I do throw a good amount. I'm not gonna lie.
Like honestly, it's fine, right? Like, as long as we're constantly improving and working on improving, it's like fine. Like we know that, like you know that you make mistakes that have impact on the game. So now we try to work on them, right? So the way we work on it now is identifying those mistakes and like focusing on it every game. So I think I already know what you should do to get better, right? To improve faster. First thing, the first priority is focus on not dying. Huge emphasis on not dying. Like count the things. I want you to like we did during this session. I want you to count like out loud or in your head or whatever works for you. Okay, how do I die exactly, right? Like we said, alley combo, Xayah root. Vi Qs you into an ultimate or ultimate into a Q, right? Those specific things you need to have consciously in your head every single game, right? For example, Karthus, what's his win condition? He gets you low enough and then he ults you, right? So we need to think about those things while we play. And it's not easy, right? It's never going to be easy. Otherwise, everyone would be good at this game. So as we play, we need to like constantly think about those things. So if you can actively think about that, you will never get caught by it, right? Or you'll get caught by it less, at least. That's the first thing I want you to work on. The second thing is having good value off abilities. Honesty is not as big as a problem as the first thing, but every time you use an ability, you want to get something really good out of it, right? Every time you ambush, you want to get a reset by killing someone or getting an assist. Every time you use your W, you want to make it so that they can't go to where they want to go, right? They want to run away, they can't because you threw a W behind them. Or they're trying to chase you, they can't because you threw a W on top of you. Expunge, you want to get as much damage as possible, right? Self-explanatory. And your ultimate, you want to kill someone every time you use it, right? If you follow those like soft guidelines, like use your ultimate to kill someone, then that'll help a lot when it comes to getting good value, right? So far, first thing we want to work on is watch out for the lose conditions and play around them, right? Say for example, you're playing against the Blitzcrank. You know that if you get hooked, you are a dead man, right? I know that if I get hooked, I'm like, holy shit, I'm tilted because you die. So no matter what happens, don't get hooked, right? Play around getting hooked. If you have to assume that he's gonna run at you and hook you and their jungler is nearby, then that's what you gotta do. You gotta stay at your tower. Watch out for the lose conditions. Second, high value abilities. Third, once you get to this part, you should already be like a lot higher than where you are. Is you start thinking about your win conditions, right? Say for example, your win condition is Blitzcrank, and then you're like, okay, if he hooks, we win, right? Then you solve your lose conditions, right? You make it so you can't lose, and then you put yourself in a position where you can win, like you did earlier. Like we already saw that you knew how to do this, right? You threw your W, that made it super easy for Blitz to land his hook, right? That's like step 3. Step 1 is not getting caught by the stop, right? So on Zaya's end, it would be, oh, I should not get hit by the hook, so watch out for slows because that'll lead into getting hooked, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So step 1, you want to figure out the lose conditions, and you want to work on this as long as it takes until it gets better, right? Until you can say you only get caught like once out of 3 games, right? Doesn't that sound insane? That sounds insane.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So trust me, if you can do that, you are getting out of silver very quick. So first step, I want you to focus on this as many games as it takes. Like in game, you're thinking about this constantly. Load screen, thinking about this constantly. How do I lose? How do I lose? How do I lose trades? How do I die? Right? How do they catch me? And then play around it. Right? Like we all know, you die to Syndra if you get stunned. So don't get stunned. Or if she has enough balls, she flashes on you and ults you. So don't go in within flash ult range, right? Those are the things we have to think about. And as an AD carry, there's a lot of things to track. But if you can do that every single game, you're going to be a lot better than everyone at your rank, right? You're going to be a lot better than a lot of people at this game, honestly. So that's the first thing. Second thing is value. And the third thing is win conditions. So lose conditions is first. Yeah. If you like struggle to keep that stuff in mind, what I found helpful is like having sticky notes on your computer, or like writing it down, or saying it out loud. That's my favorite. I say it out loud. Like it's pretty funny because whenever I'm working on something, I'll be like, okay, don't get hooked, don't get hooked. No matter what happens, don't get hooked. Okay, flash flay is a lose condition. Stay out of flash flay range, for example, right? I'll keep saying flash flay during the landing phase until it's no longer relevant, or until I know it completely, right? So those are some tips that might help you keeping those things in mind. But yeah, that's like about it for what I saw. What do you think?
I think the same thing. I don't respect the things that can kill me.
Nice. Any other questions you want to cover?
What should I play for ADCs?
So what I would suggest, okay, so you know how you said, hey, what's Lucian's win condition? And I was like, lol, that's like super hard to answer, right? Don't play anything that's hard to play, because it's like super complicated and it's like too hard, right? That's why whenever you see a bronze player playing like Yasuo or Riven and they ask for help, everyone says stop playing that shit, right? Because it's too hard. So that means play the easy stuff. It means playing Ashe, right? It means playing like Varus, right? What's the win condition? You hit someone with your ultimate and they die, right? It's super obvious. So play like easy stuff.
Who do you consider easy?
Let's go through these champions. Pretty sure Ashe is always a classic. It's like the Annie of bot lane, pretty much. More expand. Pretty much, you want to play Ashe. you want to play Varus, and if both of those are not available, wow, I don't even have Varus here. Then you play Misfortune, right? What's Misfortune's win condition?
Ulti.
Yeah, exactly. All these champions have the same thing. They press R and they win, right? It's super obvious to know the good, like how much value you're getting out of your ultimate, right? With Twitch, it's not as obvious, right? Especially at the lower levels, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9. How do you know what's good value? It's not easy. So we say you gotta kill someone, but that's not always true. So for Ashe, it's like super easy, right? You just ult someone who's out of position, boom, they're dead. And that means you get something for free. You're winning the game. Like, it's game changing. That's what it's going for. It's easy and it's game changing. That's why people play Ashe and Varus and Misfortune. So I would say play those. But honestly,
what about Caitlyn Tristana?
Right, okay. So what's Caitlyn's win condition? Can you tell me off the bat?
Carry the team fight.
Exactly, but like how, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not easy. It's like shit. Like, who knows? Tristana is like same thing, but it's like doing damage. But it's like kind of hard. It's like kind of hard to explain, right? You need to like get your E off, and then like make sure you use your jumps correctly, and then ult someone who's going after you, right? There's a lot of things to keep track of. So if you want to play that stuff, like be my guest. But it's like super hard. Like for example, Caitlyn, you need to land your abilities and you need to trap people. So that's not easy at all, right? People say Caitlyn is good for beginners. I honestly disagree. It's like not easy. Like if you miss your Q in lane, you're like super screwed, right? It's like you can't miss volley, but you can miss Caitlyn Q, right? Or various abilities are a lot easier to hit. Or Misfortune's Q is like super straightforward, right? Stuff that's easy is like always gonna be more consistent because it's harder to make a mistake on, if that makes any sense, right? What we're going for is consistency, right? And that's why you see one tricks able to climb the ladder with like the weirdest shit, right? Because they have mastered their champion to the point where they are consistent where others are not on that champion. Like Riven, like these Riven mains, they can animation cancel and stuff. Like I don't even know what that is. Like all that whatever their animation cancels or auto cancels are, but they know it by heart. So for them it's easy, but for like normal people it's like not, right? So if you enjoy playing like Caitlyn, Tristana, and like Lucian, like be my guest. But if you want to improve faster or as fast as you can, you should stick to easy stuff like Ashe.
When can I start playing them? Like when should I?
Say again?
When could I start playing those champions?
Oh, you can play them whenever you want, right?
I mean, like when it would be more optimal for me to play them, I guess.
There's no like, the reason why we say play the easy stuff is because it takes longer to learn and like master the hard stuff, and even then you're still gonna make mistakes, right? How many Z players do you see?
A lot.
Wait, you see a lot?
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell? Okay, bad example, because I see no Z players because that champion is too hard to play. You see like one Z main, and that's the only guy who picks it. Like you can play whatever you want, but if you like, for example, play Caitlyn a bunch, and then it's like super hard to figure out what you're doing wrong because it's not obvious, then it's like hard to improve, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. It's like people play Lucian and they're like, why am I losing with Lucian? And then they ask like a higher ranked player to say what they're doing wrong, and the dude's like, you're not animation canceling anything, you're not dodging anything with E, every time you call it's bad. It's like too many things, too many like mechanical mistakes, right? So you can like play these champions whenever you want, but it's just not gonna be optimal in terms of getting better, right? But yeah, you can like play them if you want. I'm just saying.
Was my Twitch alright?
Say again?
Was my Twitch alright?
If you avoid all those lose conditions, you're gonna win every game, right? Like without
I play Twitch.
Yeah, like Twitch, like you don't really need hard mechanics to play Twitch, right? You just need good game sense, and like what I mean by game sense is you can go for flanks as long as you count their win conditions, right? And then you say, okay, flash is used to counter one, so I wait for all the others and then I go in, right? So Twitch is completely fine. So like I thought your Twitch is fine mechanically. All you gotta do is watch out for the shit that kills you, and then you're good to go, right?
Alright.
And keep in mind that sometimes some fights cannot be won no matter what you do, right? If you like, sometimes you're like waiting out their lose condition, and you're like, he didn't use it, so I can't go in. That is 100% fine. You play that right? Because if you go in and you get caught, it's like that's 100% wrong. There's no way that's correct, right? So you don't get caught no matter what, right? So if your team ever like says, "Lol, you should have gone in," or "Why didn't you hit this guy?" Right? If Blitz hooked Zaya and Alistar was gonna combo you and you run away so you don't get comboed, that is correct. That is correct. Getting comboed is never gonna be correct unless you like have a flash bird or something, right? So keep that in mind as you play.
Alright. Well, thanks a lot.
Dude, no problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. But other than that, this will go up on YouTube so you can go back and watch this again. How does that sound?
Sweet.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Nice. Anyways, good luck on your games. Let me know how they go. And good luck, my dude.
Alright. See you later, man.
See ya.